Once upon a time, deep within the sparkling, ever-changing waters of the great enchanted sea, there lived a magical fish named Finn. Finn wasn't like any other fish in the ocean. His scales shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow: blue, green, pink, and gold, and when the sun's light touched them, they sparkled like diamonds. But it wasn't just his appearance that made Finn special. Finn possessed the extraordinary ability to control the tides, communicate with creatures of the sea, and make the sea come alive with his thoughts. The great enchanted sea had always been a place of mystery and magic, and Finn was its guardian, the keeper of its secrets. The sea itself was no ordinary ocean. It was vast and endless, filled with hidden treasures, ancient secrets, and enchanted creatures that roamed its depths. From the shimmering coral forests where the sea anemones danced in the current, to the deep, dark caves where glowing jellyfish floated like stars in the night sky, the great enchanted sea was a world like no other. There were whirlpools that could take you to far-off places and hidden grottos that would grant you a glimpse into the past. Yet, despite all its magic, the sea had one rule: only the purest hearts could uncover its greatest mysteries. Finn had lived in the enchanted sea for as long as he could remember. He spent his days swimming through its shimmering waters, making friends with every creature he met. He played tag with the dolphins, raced with the sea turtles, and listened to the ancient tales told by the wise old octopuses. But no matter how many friends he had or how many adventures he went on, Finn always felt there was something more out there, something beyond the boundaries of the great enchanted sea. One bright and sunny morning, as Finn was swimming through a coral reef filled with vibrant, multicolored fish, he heard a soft voice calling his name. At first, he thought it was just the wind or the gentle swish of the current, but then the voice called again, more clearly this time. "Finn! Finn, are you there?" Finn's eyes widened. It was a voice he had never heard before. Curious, he followed the sound until he reached the surface of the water. There, floating in a small boat, was a young girl. She had bright green eyes that sparkled with curiosity and long brown hair that danced in the breeze. She was looking out over the water, as if she were waiting for something or someone. Finn hesitated for a moment before he rose from the depths of the water and appeared before her. His shimmering scales glowed like 1,000 stars. "Hello," Finn said with a soft, melodic voice that sounded like the music of the sea itself. The girl gasped and leaned forward in surprise. "Oh my goodness! A talking fish," she exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. "You're so beautiful." "I'm Finn," the fish replied with a gentle flick of his tail. "And you are?" "I'm Emily," the girl said. "I've always loved the ocean. I can feel there's something magical about it, but I've never been able to find out what. I think it's calling me." Finn nodded, a knowing smile on his face. "The great enchanted sea is full of magic, Emily. But only those with a pure heart can truly discover its secrets. Would you like to see the magic for yourself?" Emily's heart raced with excitement. "Yes, please," she cried, her voice filled with wonder. "I've always dreamed of exploring the magic of the sea. Finn flicked his tail, creating a swirl of sparkling water. With a single graceful movement, he leaped into the air, soaring over Emily's boat. The sea around her shimmered and began to glow with soft, warm light. Before Emily could even blink, the boat was lifted from the water by a gentle current, and she found herself floating over the sea with Finn by her side. "Where are we going?" Emily asked, her voice trembling with excitement. "To the heart of the great enchanted sea," Finn replied. "It's a place few have ever seen, a hidden world that only those who truly believe in magic can find." The boat gently glided across the water, and soon they reached a small island surrounded by mist. The island was unlike any place Emily had ever seen. It was covered in lush, green plants that glowed in the moonlight, and tall trees with silver leaves stretched high into the sky. The air smelled of salt and wildflowers, and soft, twinkling lights flickered like fireflies. "This is the Isle of Wishes," Finn explained. "It's where the most powerful magic of the sea resides. It's also where your journey begins." Emily stepped out of the boat, her feet sinking softly into the soft sand. She looked around in awe. "It's so beautiful." As she stepped further into the island, she noticed something incredible. The sea wasn't just around them, it was in them. Every step she took, she could feel the water flowing through the sand, pulsing beneath her feet. The trees seemed to hum with a soft, soothing melody, and the flowers seemed to open in response to her presence. "This is the magic of the enchanted sea," Finn said. "It's not just in the creatures or the waves, it's in everything, even the air you breathe. But the magic of the sea can only be awakened by those who understand its true nature." Finn led Emily to a clearing in the center of the island. In the center was a large, ancient stone that glowed with a soft blue light. It looked like a pedestal, and on top of it sat a beautiful, glowing pearl. "This pearl is the heart of the sea," Finn said. "It holds the power to protect the ocean and all the creatures that live within it. But it's been losing its magic, and the sea has begun to weaken. If we don't restore the magic of the heart, the sea will fade away." Emily's eyes grew wide. "What can we do?" Finn looked at her with a serious expression. "You must make a wish, Emily. But it can't be for yourself. It must be a wish for the sea, for all the creatures who live within it. Only then can the heart's magic be restored." Emily's heart filled with warmth. She thought about all the creatures she had met on her journey, the dolphins, the turtles, the jellyfish, and the colorful fish that danced through the waters. She thought about how important the sea was, not just for herself, but for everyone. Taking a deep breath, Emily closed her eyes and made her wish. "I wish for the sea to be protected forever, for all the creatures who live here to be safe, and for the magic of the ocean to never fade." As soon as the words left her lips, the pearl on the stone began to glow brighter and brighter, casting a warm, golden light over the entire island. The trees swayed in the wind, and the sea around them began to shimmer and sparkle as if it were waking up from a long, peaceful sleep. The magic of the heart had been restored. Finn swam around Emily, his scales glowing brighter than ever before. "You did it, Emily. The magic is restored. The sea is saved." The island began to glow with a brilliant, rainbow-colored light, and Emily felt a deep, comforting peace fill her heart. She knew, in that moment, that she had made a difference. The sea, with all its wonders, was safe once more. As the light began to fade, Finn swam up to Emily, his eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you for believing in the magic of the sea, Emily. You've done something very special today." Emily smiled, her heart full of joy. "I'll never forget this. I'll always love the ocean and protect it, just like you." With a final flick of his tail, Finn guided Emily back to the shore of the island, where the boat awaited her. "Remember, Emily, the magic of the sea is always with you, as long as you believe." And with that, Emily sailed back to the shore of her home, carrying with her the magic of the sea in her heart, ready to share the wonder of the ocean with the world. From that day forward, Emily never forgot the lesson she had learned. She spent her life protecting the sea and all its creatures, knowing that the magic of the ocean would always be a part of her. And as for Finn, the magical fish of the great enchanted sea, he continued to guard the secrets of the ocean, knowing that, thanks to Emily, the sea would never lose its magic again. The end. The Enchanted Journey of Pippen the Golden Bird. Once upon a time, in a distant land filled with lush forests, towering mountains, and sparkling rivers, there was a magical bird named Pippen. Pippen wasn't like any ordinary bird. His feathers shone like molten gold, and his wings sparkled with every color of the rainbow. His eyes glowed a soft, shimmering blue, and he could sing songs that made the flowers bloom and the stars twinkle brighter at night. Pippen lived high up in the skyward mountain, where the air was always fresh and the skies were painted in shades of blue and purple. The mountain was hidden from the eyes of most, protected by clouds that swirled around its peak like cotton candy. Only those with kind hearts and pure intentions could find their way to the mountain, and only they would be able to see Pippin's magic. But Pippin wasn't content to live alone. He longed to explore the world beyond his mountain home. He had heard stories of the faraway lands below, where children played in fields of flowers, where rivers danced with fish, and where the forest sang with the voices of creatures of all kinds. He wanted to know what it would be like to be part of that world. One bright and sunny morning, Pippin made a decision. Today, he said to himself, I will leave Skyward Mountain and see the world below. I will share my song with everyone, and perhaps I will make a friend who will join me in my adventures. With a flutter of his golden wings, Pippin soared into the sky, leaving behind the clouds that had always surrounded his home. As he flew higher and higher, he marveled at the beauty of the world below. The forests were a vibrant green, the rivers sparkled like diamonds, and the villages were full of people going about their day. After a long flight, Pippin finally saw the first village below. He descended gently, landing in the heart of the village square. The people stopped in their tracks when they saw the golden bird, and they gasped in amazement. No one had ever seen such a creature before. A young girl named Lily, who was playing with her little brother in the square, was the first to approach the magical bird. She was kind-hearted and gentle, and her curiosity sparkled just like Pippin's feathers. "Hello, beautiful bird," she said softly. "Are you lost?" Pippin tilted his head and chirped a sweet, melodic tune. His song seemed to fill the air with warmth and light, and the flowers in the village square began to bloom, their petals turning brilliant colors. Lily's eyes widened in wonder. "You must be magical," she exclaimed. "Where did you come from?" Pippin flapped his wings and fluttered in the air, circling above her head. He sang a little song, and Lily's heart swelled with joy. She had never heard anything so beautiful. "I come from Skyward Mountain," Pippin explained in a voice that only Lily could understand. "I have come to see the world below and share my song with others. But I am lonely, and I wish to find a friend who will accompany me on my journey." Lily smiled brightly. "I would love to be your friend. I've always wanted to see the world beyond my village. But, how can I go with you? I don't have wings like you." Pippin thought for a moment, and then he had an idea. With a soft chirp, he flapped his golden wings and hovered in front of Lily. A gentle breeze surrounded her, and to her amazement, her feet lifted off the ground. Pippin's magic had given her the ability to fly. Lily laughed in delight as she floated alongside Pippin. "This is amazing," she shouted. "I can fly." "Thank you, Pippin." Together, Lily and Pippin set off on an adventure like no other. They soared over towering mountains, across vast forests, and above crystal-clear lakes. Everywhere they went, Pippin's song filled the air with beauty, and the world seemed brighter and more alive. They visited places they had never imagined, like the Whispering Woods, where the trees could talk, and the Rainbow Falls, where the water shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow. One day, they arrived at a dark and gloomy forest, known as the Shadowwood. The trees were tall and twisted, their branches reaching out like long, bony fingers. The air felt heavy, and the ground was covered in thick fog. "What is this place?" Lily asked, her voice trembling slightly. "This is the Shadowwood," Pippin explained. "It is a place where the light has been lost. The creatures here are sad and the plants have withered. I've heard that the heart of the forest, the great silver tree, has lost its magic, and so the whole forest is in despair. We must help them," Lily said with determination. "We can bring back the light." Pippin nodded. "I will sing my song to the silver tree. Perhaps it will restore the magic." They flew deeper into the forest, following the path marked by glowing mushrooms. As they approached the silver tree, they saw that its bark was dull and its branches drooped. The once shimmering leaves had turned gray and lifeless. Lily placed her hand on the tree's trunk and whispered, "Please, silver tree, we need your magic. Please come back to life." Pippin perched on a nearby branch, his golden feathers glowing brightly. He began to sing, his voice echoing through the forest. The melody was soft at first, but as Pippin sang, it grew louder and more powerful. The trees around them began to sway, and the fog started to lift. The silver tree's bark began to sparkle, and the once dull leaves began to shimmer with a silvery light. The forest slowly began to wake up, the flowers blooming, and the animals emerging from their hiding spots. The creatures of the forest gathered around, and the birds sang in harmony with Pippin's song. The Shadowwood was no longer a place of sadness, but a vibrant, magical forest once again. "Thank you," the silver tree said in a voice that sounded like the rustling of leaves. "You have restored the light to my heart. The forest is alive again because of you, Pippin, and your friend, Lily." Lily beamed with pride, and Pippin chirped joyfully. "We did it together," he said. From that day forward, Pippin and Lily continued their journey across the world, bringing light, joy, and music to every corner of the earth. They helped creatures in need, restored the magic of forests, and made countless friends along the way. Pippin had found the one thing he had always longed for, a true friend to share his adventures with. And in return, Lily had discovered a world of magic and wonder, filled with creatures, songs, and places she had never dreamed of. And so, the golden bird and the kind-hearted girl lived happily ever after, their friendship as magical as the world they explored.